Hello all, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. My name is Soman and once again welcome back to my channel. So this video is basically the English version of my previous video where I have recommended or I have given few tips, very basic tips how to confirm your rental accommodation as soon as possible once you reach Canada or once you arrive Canada, right? So there are few things you should know before coming to Canada, and especially if you are coming to Canada for very first time, whether you are coming to either Halifax or Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver, anywhere, right? So these tips might be might be handy for you guys. So basically, first of all, you guys need to know the difference, right, between India and Canada in terms of getting a rental accommodation. So basically in India, if you want to get a rental accommodation, what we usually do, right? We basically contact few rental agent anytime over the weekend or over the weekdays, whenever as per our convenience. And then we simply go to that apartment, we visit that apartment, and if we like that apartment, we simply sign the deal, right? So this is how it happened in India. And in India, it is very flexible, in terms of timing and all, right? You don't need to bother about what time you need to visit the agent or what time you need to visit that apartment. But in Canada, it is exactly opposite. In Canada, wherever you go, you need to take an appointment before visiting that building or apartment or anything, right? So let's say if you are visiting any apartment or any building manager or any rental agent, you need to take a prior apartment, and that appointment should be during the weekdays. It should not be in weekend, because in weekend nobody works here, okay? So if you if you want to take an appointment to visit an apartment during weekend, that is not going to happen in Canada. You need to take an appointment during Monday to Friday during your working hours, that is 9 to 5. And within that time, and eventually after 4 nobody works here, right? So 9 to 5 is the official time, but I don't think anyone will give you any appointment after 4 p.m., right? So you need to keep in mind before you are coming here. So basically, to find an apartment, visiting an apartment, and obviously to secure an apartment, you need to visit at least maybe 7 to 8 apartment. I don't know. So 7 to 8 apartment means 7 to 8 business days or 7 to 8 weekdays during your business hours. You need to visit those apartment, right? So you need to keep in mind, if you are working for a company or if you are coming here on a customer side to work for that customer, you should be prepared like that, right? That during your weekdays or during your official hours, you need to go out and you need to visit the apartment. So that is one thing. And the second thing is, if you are coming to Toronto or Montreal or maybe Vancouver, those metro cities or big cities, you need to keep in mind nowadays almost maybe 60-70% owners, they ask for a credit report or credit score. So if you are a newcomer to this country, then obviously you will not have any credit score or credit report, right? So in that case, it would be difficult for you to get an apartment on those buildings where the owners are typically ask for a credit report or credit score. So it is better to avoid those buildings. It's better to avoid those apartment or whatever, because without credit score or credit report, people already have given the advertisement that they will not entertain, then they will not entertain no matter what. And in few cases, if eventually if they consider, then also they will ask at least 6 to 7 months deposit in advance. So let's say if your monthly rent is $2,000 monthly, then 7 months or 6 months advance means $12,000, $14,000. You need to just put in as a deposit money, and that's a lump sum amount, right? So you need to be prepared like that. It's not like everyone ask for credit report or credit score, but yeah, few as I said, 50 to 60% owners they ask for credit report or credit score. So try to avoid those apartment or try to avoid those building, because it's just a waste of time for you, okay? And the second thing is, before you coming to Canada, right? Let's say I'm just giving an example. Let's say if you are coming here on on 1st of the month, right? 1st of, let's say, May, if you are coming here, then start searching your apartment in kgg.ca or realtor.ca or Facebook marketplace at least 15-20 days before you are starting your journey, and start taking the appointment from those buildings. Okay, again, the appointment is very much required here. Without appointment you will not be able to see anything, right? So but to get an appointment you need to call those numbers, or you need to call those buildings or building manager or whoever it is, how you will call from India, right, or maybe any country. So if you want to make a call, there is a free application that is available that is called Text Now. Okay, you can download Text Now and you can choose the respective location wherever you are coming. If you are coming to Toronto, you can choose Toronto. If you are coming to Halifax, you can choose Halifax, because based on your location, that app will assign a free number, Canadian number, to you, and by using that Canadian number you can call anywhere in Canada. That is free of cost. Okay, so it's a very good tips. I didn't know that when I first came here, right? So many people doesn't know, right? So that's why I'm just sharing these tips. So use that application and get a free Canadian number, and after that start calling those buildings directly to get an appointment. So let's say if you are coming here on 1st of May, then you should be starting your getting your appointment at least from 5th of May, right, after 4 or 5 days, right? So take those appointment, and after that you can just visit those apartment, and you can choose any one of those, right? So basically on an average you need to keep in mind, like, you need to visit at least maybe 7 to 8 apartment, and from those 7 to 8 maybe 3 or 4 application will be rejected. So many reasons can be there, and eventually from last 3 or 4 probably will be assigned one apartment, right? And before visiting any apartment, always take your job letter. Okay, if you already have a job, that job letter should have your annual income, that should be mentioned in your job letter. And after reaching here in Canada, open a bank account immediately within 1 or 2 days. And whenever you are opening a bank account, always ask for free check. Okay, there are few banks, they will give you free checkbook, 4 or 5 check leaves they will give you on without any cost, and after that there is a cost. So you need that checkbook, because if you are visiting an apartment, then, and if you like that apartment, and if the manager also ready to approve your application, then it's better to put up your application on the spot, right? So to put up your application, you need the job letter and you need a checkbook, right? Because you need to provide the first month and last month as advance, right? If it is Toronto. If it is Halifax, then first month and 50% of your monthly rental will be go as a security deposit. You need to deposit that security deposit, that is 50% of your monthly rental amount. And that money you should be putting that money through a check, right? Here no one will accept cash. If anyone is asking you for cash, then rest be assured that that's a scam, basically. So don't transact anything in cash. So always use either checkbook or e-transfer is also available. That also you can do, but it's better to use a check. Okay. So these are very few tips, right? These are very basic tips. So once again, just to repeat myself, start taking appointment for whatever building you are liking, right? Before coming here in Canada. If you are in India or anywhere, before you start your journey, at least 20 days or 30 days in advance, you should start calling those apartments to get a appointment after whenever you are coming here. Second thing, you should download Text Now application to make a free call if you don't have a Canadian number already. If you are newcomers here, then obviously you will not have any number from India, right? So download, leverage that application, that free apps, and call those realtor or whatever real estate agent are there. And after reaching here, immediately open a bank account, and whenever you are visiting any apartment, take your job letter where your annual income should be mentioned along with your checkbook, so that if you are if the building manager is saying that he is ready to approve your application, you can put up your application on the spot. So anyway, so that's it for today. If you have any question regarding these tips, you can ask me those questions. I will definitely respond. And if you like this kind of videos, please give us a thumbs up and do subscribe my channel, because I am going to bring lots of topics about Canada. If you're planning to move to Canada, those videos will be useful for you, right? I don't know. That might be useful for you. So yeah. So stay tuned, stay blessed, and keep watching my channel. Thank you.